in there.
Look at this.
Hey man, don't get me started.
Don't I look neat? So let me go look at that and then look at this, honey. Yeah, come look at this.
So this is the old base for this. This is not a knee.
Well,
So
hold on.
this
look at
one was down first.
This is complex. Yeah, we got a series of things that are landing in sequence here.
Chris, this one was down first, and the base is here for
Yes.
this one. This one came after it. Came after, because these two little guys are over it. So what about the one you're looking at?
That
Is
has
there
a
base?
that has a base. That's a pushover.
Okay, so that's in there.
But hold on. Hey.
What?
Look.
Oh,
This
you
thing-
have the bow bent underneath. The bow is bent underneath. Look it above your head. Okay, I'm gonna.
Yeah,
There is a bow
there's a
bent
bow in here.
underneath. Look. It is moving
There's a
underneath.
weave.
So where's the base of your left-hand fall?
Just go wherever the path leads. We're going to go in there a little bit more and we're going to have a look at this. But we didn't find this on our own. We were taken here by our friends. And he had sent me a photo before to, when I said, you know, oh, that looks nice. Let's go have a look at it when the weekend comes around. So when you first look at the whole surrounding area, just to give it the one down of logical common sense, you know, weather. Is it weather at play? You know, in Florida, the winds are predominantly mostly eastward and westward winds as we go over the peninsula. So when you say, oh, weather, you take a look at this right here. Obviously, it looks like an asterisk. And you look at it, and you look for the surrounding area. You got a couple of leans going on right here also. Okay, that you could say, oh, okay, maybe it's weather. But that right there, all concentrated in one spot.
And it's lower.
All concentrated in one spot. And we're going to get there a little closer and look at it. You know, that makes me skeptical. I have to really be skeptical when I say, is it just weather? And so we're going to go in there a little closer and look at it and pay attention to the leans. Because there seems to be more going on down there right underneath the asterisk. Like a teepee starting to form back there. So let's go around a little closer. I think maybe on this side right here. It's like it's so big you can't even get it all in there. Yeah, I said it's symmetrical.
You can really see it when you're up close. Okay,
Yeah, I said it's symmetrical.
Y'all just came upon this by accident?
No, you can see this from the roadway. Nice triangle again. The symmetry of it.
Oh, I see it now.
Yeah.
Here it is.
If you look out there, you see it's like some letters and trees.
Yeah, I see it.
Okay, so let's do the math. Bring me the camera. Bring me the camera. Let's see. That's a big tree too.
Yeah, you got two TPs.
So we got logically, all right, let's just say logically, that's probably, that looks like maybe the oldest, or maybe went first. Then that one, but then how does this one come into the picture? You know what I mean? How does that one come into the picture? If the X was first, how does this one come into the picture?
Right.
Because this one doesn't look as old as this one does not look as old as the initial two.
No.
No.
Yeah, look where it fell between. I mean, that's like perfect for it to fall right smack in between this tree
Check
and
what?
this
Check out
tree.
what you're sitting on.
Yes, I mean, it
Look
fell.
what you're sitting on. You're sitting on a triangle.
I don't know.
This has to be like a perfect sequence of events.
Yes,
you know,
I mean, I don't know what quite to say about
and
it.
also this is very typical. The very typical A-looking triangle again, which is very common as well. That in order for this stuff to happen, you know, chaos has to make it happen. If it's natural, chaos has to make it happen because they're all totally different directions. I'm not saying that's what it is, but I'm just merely pointing that out because I should point that out. Big tree trunk right here. I mean, I have it on wide. I have it on wide right here, but you know, it's pretty good. It's pretty good size. And there's a boot for scale. So realistically, when I have to analyze this, you take it by the numbers. This looks to be potentially, quite possibly the oldest. This one right here. So let's just go by the numbers. All right, this one leans this direction first. This one right here comes second. All right, because these two look like they're older. But this one comes into the picture also, which is part of the triangle on the ground over there. This one comes into the picture also. There doesn't appear to be any more slide marks down here. There doesn't appear to be any slide marks over here. So what I'm saying is that I don't see any appearance on this log so far that when this tree came down, it rubbed on the base tree. I'm gonna call this one the base. It doesn't seem to be any indication of that. But if these two were first, if those were first, this one comes in. Just explain it how.
I don't think that was second.
You know, the only other thing it could be is this one's first, this
Yeah.
one comes second,
That's
and
what
that
I'm-
one's third.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking this one came in because that would have been in the way of this one falling. That one up there, if you look, it goes way over there. So I'm thinking this one is second.
Well, yeah, we can explain it that way. We can explain it that way, except for that one. That one looks to be older. I don't know. I'm just saying, it looks like it's older.
I just don't think this one would have been able to have fallen, because look how long it is with that in the way. If it was, because it's huge, it goes way over there. So I'm thinking this one is second. Just for the mere fact that it wouldn't have been able to
There you go.
have fell. This one up here would have been in the way.
Logically, it would have had to be second.
Yeah.
Logically, the sequence makes this
And you-
has to be second.
And you,
This
yeah,
one comes in third.
yeah. You still would have had an X, you know, forming by these two. I think that one's third. Just for the mere fact, this one is super long.
And then this one catches that one right there on this side
Exactly.
as well.
Those happened prior to this third one. Those had to have happened. This third one was the last one. If you're going to throw those two into the equation.
Well, I only came up with the initial one because it looks that way. I mean, I could be totally wrong. But
I think they all happened about the same time, for a reason. Anybody got any
Well, we don't know.
ideas why two of them would happen at the same time?
we don't know. And the whole surrounding area doesn't have this type of duress. The whole surrounding area around here does not have the same exact type of duress. So you're going to sit there and say, well, if a tornado, a little twirly wind cyclone comes down and makes it happen because, you know, it hits this particular spot, then there are smaller trees here. There are smaller trees here also that do not exhibit the same stress. There are smaller trees here that are less than in the structure that don't exhibit the same type of stress.
I think those two and these two happened, and in order to create that TP looking effect, something new, that third one had to come down to create that one and this one at the same time to get
Right.
that TP look.
Okay,
Because otherwise it's just two X's.
this one I'm going to get a checkpoint on it. Let's see.
Struck it right there.
That had to have been struck
I'm
by.
thinking that's the main striking point, right there.
That had to have been struck by lightning. There's nothing else here burned.
It's not even burned at the top. So I'm thinking it was.
You should see a split though. Yeah, the split occurred on this side, I believe. Yeah, the split occurred right here. You can see it. Coming down. The directions of the lanes are 179, 178, 179, 178. $11. 11 degrees. The Tillman structure is 11 degrees.
Okay, right around that
Wow. Look at this. That's a big one. It must have fell, but look how nicely that went in between. And it's all stripped. Wow. Here we have another X. There we go.
Ooh, look at this. It's like a playground. It's like a playground of,
Formed the X behind the tree. That's pretty neat. I don't know about that. How about this? It formed behind the tree. That's pretty neat. Oh, come closer. It formed behind the tree. It dropped. It dropped behind the tree. That's interesting. Haven't seen stuff like that too often. Normally it's always in front of something.
hey, what's this shiny?
Because both of these trunks are forward that tree trunk. So they dropped behind the tree. So if you come over here, you'll be able to see it.
Yeah, I see it.
When you get a minute, I need you to look at this real quick,
Well,
Chris.
swing over here and get this. See?
Yeah. I got it.
What is that shiny object straight through those trees? You'll see it shining. It's staying right here in front of you. Is it?
I'll say this about this area. There's just a lot of stuff going on back here. A lot of this could just be just straight up natural because it's just every direction. So there's really no structure being formed. This is to me, this is a very good indication of what, this to me is a very good indication of what nature does.
There's
This stuff right here, just, just like everywhere. But in this example that I want to illustrate, you can see this. There isn't something being formed or, out of this mess. We have trees that are clearly down and lightning strikes. Just a lot of lightning strikes on individual trees around here that we've seen. I think I've seen at least 3 burnt trees so far, I think. But this, to me, looks like what nature does.
But not that earlier.
Yeah, but not that over there, what we saw. That doesn't appear to be, that was stuff forming. To me, when I look at this stuff, this looks natural. I can't say it enough. It's what I would expect stuff to look like. Catty corner, crazy stuff. Okay, this one was 150, I was making a note of it, 153 degrees and 62 degrees. Those directions of these guys. All right. those directions have meaning if you pay attention to them as you go out and you go into these areas that are active and you analyze them in detail. They will connect dots. There is meaning to these structures. What does it all got to do with, Bigfoot? Well, we just don't know. And we don't know a lot of things.